with Juniper Performing Arts Foundation, and I am so excited to sit down today with our guest, Emelia Sherin. She is an amazing professional theater. What's your title? Theater actor, performer, extraordinaire, whatever.
Throw it all at me. Thank you.
She is here. She's acting in our upcoming performances for Four Corners Musical Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's also helping us with a program for Juniper. And so we are going to get into that. Who are you? Where you come from?
So my name is Emelia Sherin, but you can call me Millie.
Okay.
And I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm originally from Warren, Ohio, which is where David Grohl from Foo Fighters,
well, yeah, of course,
and Nirvana is from, as well as filmmaker Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
So not the founder, but
not the guy.
Yeah, not the explorationist.
Got it.
But Christopher Columbus, who wrote Gremlins and directed the first couple Harry Potter films and The Goonies.
He also directed Rent from 2005.
Yes, he also directed Rent from 2005. So, and he's a really sweet guy. I got to know him when I was in my earlier 20s.
Oh, cool.
I wrote a play called Independent, which is turning 10 in 2027.
Wow.
Which is bananas to me. But it was a play about personifying addiction and bringing more awareness to recovery and prevention. And it made it big. I mean, it got in the New York Times and we were featured, and Chris read it in the newspaper and was like, this girl's from Warren. And he messaged me on Instagram. And at first I thought it was like a spam account. I was like, who the heck is this?
That blue check mark.
Yeah, I was like, who is this? And as I talked to him, I then had a couple of phone calls with him, and he was really sweet. He offered to write me a letter of recommendation to NYU.
Wow.
But he's a really kind, very talented man. And it's just really neat. I mean, there's a lot of people who are from Northeast Ohio area that are very artistically inclined and passionate, which is what got me involved in the arts growing up, because I always played sports. My brother and I would always play soccer. And then once I got into high school, I started getting more involved in dance and then musical theater, because my high school didn't have a drama program.
Oh, okay.
We kind of did, but it was very inconsistent. And what a lot of areas need is consistency and drive and people who will maintain it.
Yeah.
And so I started working more in community theaters in high school. And as I grew up, I was like, you know what? I think this is what I want to do. I don't know what it is, but I want to do this.
Sure.
And so I graduated high school. I was supposed to go to Kent State University for speech pathology because I wanted to go into dialectal work. I wanted to work with helping actors with accents, because I love having accents and different dialectal behaviors build a character. And instead, I went to New York City, stayed with my cousin for the summer, and booked a job with Disney Cruise Line, because
that's cool.
I had no money to do dance classes. I had no money to go to dance or acting classes, so I would go to auditions because they were free. And I got a job. And so instead of going to Kent State University that fall, I sailed the seas on the Disney Magic. And I got to play with the princesses and fun characters and be a part of the Broadway main stage shows.
That's awesome.
And then I used that to then go to college after.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was a really cool experience. And then during college, my degree is in public relations.
Oh, okay.
With minors in theater management and dance studies. And although my major was in public relations, I always still had this yearning and this passion for the arts. So I would always take these internships that were education based. So I worked for Weathervane Playhouse in Akron, Ohio as the arts education intern. And I had my supervisor kind of beef it up a little bit to say it's education based, but there's also public relations involved. Wink. So that way we could get it signed off on my hours for my internship in college.
That's awesome.
Because I had my supervisors in college, they're like, this isn't public relations. you need to go to like a corporation or an agency,
Right.
you know, and I'm like, that's never where my heart was,
Right.
because I loved public relations for the advocacy.
Yeah.
I loved advocating and learning and helping educate communities on different aspects of the arts or different programming. And I just kept going back to arts programming, and there was nothing I could do to escape it. That was just what I was meant to do. And I've never been one to follow the rules. So
Sure.
I still earned my degree, and I use it every day.
Yeah.
I really do, especially in this profession.
Sure.
I went on to work for some arts organizations, mostly nonprofit, and it was always in the education sphere. And I love programming.
Yeah.
So my heart was always in, how can I use arts education to bring people together or to bring in human interest or to bring attention to something that's really important, which is why I wrote the play Independent with my co-writer, Zach Manthe, to bring more social justice passion and compassion, especially to addiction resources and awareness, and realizing like we're all human.
Yeah.
You know, recovery is possible. And not everyone will be successful, but stories are prevention.
Right.
And so that's kind of where my brain kept going through the arts of like education and just wanting to build well-rounded, well-communicated, team-oriented behaviors in youth and adults, because you're never too old to learn.
Right.
I'm someone who I perform professionally, but I still take classes. I still want to learn. I still ask for critiques. I just want to continue to grow, and there are no limits to that. So that's a lot of the work that I did in Northeast Ohio and Western PA.
That's awesome.
And I love programming so much that wherever I go, whenever I perform, I take it with me. So I love to teach. Even if it's a theater that doesn't have an education program, I'll still find a way to make a workshop, so that way we can still get the community involved. And it's also a wonderful pipeline.
Absolutely.
For programming with youth arts and with letting them know like this is a wonderful space where you can express yourself and where you can grow and where you can be you. I think it's so important for kids to know you don't know everything. You're never going to know everything.
Right.
But you know a lot of things. And the tools and the tools that you have, use them wisely. Because sometimes we have tools and we have no idea what we're doing. You have a kid in school who is always distracted, doesn't pay attention very well, talks a lot, has a lot of energy. Where do you put them?
So you're literally describing my oldest.
Theater.
Exactly.
You put them in theater. You put your oldest in theater because they're going to learn how to work those tools that aren't hindrances to them in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's a superpower.
Exactly. They're going to formulate it because we all just need something that's our thing, you know? And that was always my thing growing up. I was the same way. I always got like, oh, she's very, very intelligent, very kind. She talks a lot. She's a little loud. Or she's too much. And I'm like, being described as too much as a young kid
that's tough.
Was kind of heartbreaking. Because it makes you feel like, oh, so should I be less? And how do I be less?
Right.
What corners do I have to cut off of myself to fit in a box that someone wants me to? And that's never the case. That should never be the case. Honestly, these superpowers that we have that people try to deem as hindrances just need shaping. And I don't mean shaping to be stuffed in a box, but shaping to fit your own mold of who you are.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be fitting in other people's formulas. You should be fitting in your own.
Right.
And that's always coming from the heart of saying like, just worry about yourself, which is so much harder to like do than say. Whereas you're in theater and it's like, just worry about yourself. Like, just do your own thing.
Right.
But then you have a scene partner and then you have to wear a costume and then there are lights and then there's makeup on your face and then you have a prop. So it's trying to find how to juggle all these things on your own time and in your own heart and in your own mind. So that's really what I love to help people understand. because it took me a long time to realize that. And I still am. Every tech week, I'm very humbled because then I'm like, I'm wearing a giant dress that I wasn't wearing in rehearsal. And now I have to hold this thing. And then I forgot I have to hug this person on this word. And it's really neat because those are actions and elements that also help you feel more confident and you can apply it in real life. I mean, if you're at a job, if you're with family, if you're in public, if you're in a big crowded space, those are things that you can focus or tune into to apply to help become a stronger, more well-rounded person.
Absolutely.
Of working with different things at the same time, multitasking, having a more team-oriented experience, understanding how to talk to people with different personalities and different forms of learning. Because there isn't just one way of learning.
Right.
You have kinesthetic, you have like auditory, you have visual, you have verbal. And I think theater really applies to all of those learning types because no matter what, you can still process the information, but you still have to learn how to communicate how you process your information, which I think a lot of people aren't aware of.
No.
And I think theater kind of makes people more aware of as you grow up. So that's how arts education can be so strengthening and can be so helpful, even with integrated arts in the classroom. So I do recall I used to do integrated arts programming where integrated arts is when you use arts in regular general subjects. So like in social studies, you would like act out a character as you give a presentation in like colonial times. Or you use like maybe dance to help with math. Or you use music to help with English or something. It's really interesting in how it's everywhere. Yet a lot of people think it's inaccessible. But you just have to find the right people who can make it accessible and bring it into and can create that programming. So that way it's a copy and paste venture of having that formulaic mean to help other students with different learning styles. So,
I think it's, so you brought up a lot of really good things and I want to touch on a couple of those topics.
Let's roll back.
A first thing, well, we'll come back to the programming because that's ultimately what we're here to talk about is how Juniper, you are working with Juniper to provide some programming, but we're going to come back to that. First thing I want to talk about is the fact that you got a degree in something that is, so a lot of times when people think about arts degrees, you hear this all the time. You're like, kids are going, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to get my theater, or I'm going to get a theater degree. And everyone goes, you're never going to use that. Right? How often do you hear that? You hear it all the time.
All the time. But
and
they will.
Appreciate
they
the
will
fact,
use it.
I appreciate that you pursued a degree that is a little more, let's say, quote, mainstream, right? But you still focused on those minors that you were really passionate about. I think that's a really good story to tell kids that you can do both. Like you can have a backup plan, but you can still follow your dream.
Exactly.
And maybe that becomes your main plan. You know, like that's, and you're a living example of that. And I love that.
Thank you.
I think that's a really important story to tell. Cause like looking back, I'm almost 40 years old and just finishing my bachelor's degree, right? I never got that. That was never really a priority for me because I was a theater kid. There wasn't theater programs that I wanted to do here locally. There were they kind of existed when I was starting school, but I fell into EMS, right? Emergency medical services. And I'm a paramedic and I've done all kinds of crazy cool things. And it's funny that you talk about using theater in the classroom because a big part of learning to be a paramedic or learning to be an EMT is we literally do these scenarios where you have to act out, right? With a mannequin.
I want you to know, so in college, I would make money by pretending to be a patient for people who are going into the medical field
Yeah.
Like to act out
Yeah.
like different conditions.
Yeah. It's
and
super
it was
important for
so
us.
fun.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting because I learned so much, not just as a performer,
Right.
but also from your side and how that is a form of integrated arts.
Yeah.
That is human connection in the arts of acting something out and helping other people trying to document and diagnose.
Yeah.
And that is so cool. I'm so glad you had that experience.
Yeah. And that was it's funny because, I grew up in Mesa, Arizona, and I moved here my junior year of high school. So huge culture shock, right? Huge. And I had never done theater before. I was a student council kid in Arizona.
You give that vibe. Yeah, you get that vibe.
And the reason I did that was because theater was really inaccessible there. It was huge. It was a huge program. And so I never even considered it, right? Because it was always the same kids that got cast. And so I liked watching things. And I had done a little bit in like elementary school. We did Schoolhouse Rock. That was fun.
Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl.
Yeah,
yes.
I was Conjunction Junction.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So I kind of had a little bit, and I did like community choirs. We went and sang for old people. It was great.
I love that. I feel like we need more programming, artistic programming for just more of the geriatric population, because that brings so many people joy. It is so uplifting. I love how you did that.
It was great.
Because I know some high school kids are like, I gotta go to this old folks home to sing. Me, I gotta go to this home to entertain.
Yeah.
Like
we were singing and dancing, costumes, the whole thing. Like show choir kind of stuff.
Give it glee.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. So I did that. And then I came here and got into theater. And I'd never really done theater. I had done like choir before. So I had performed in front of people, but not like theater. And so I was cast as Horton the Elephant at Bloomfield High School. We did Seussical, and it was so much fun.
I've done Seussical.
I love Seussical. I still sing it.
Can you guess who I played?
I'm going to give you Maisie. Am I close? Am I right?
No?
Gertrude.
Yes.
Okay, Gertrude. Okay.
And I had to play a guitar, and I was really bad at it.
So, the girl that played Gertrude for our performance, she actually could play the guitar, but they gave her a really cheap little ukulele, and so she loosened the strings so that it didn't make any sound. Because it was a prop. It wasn't meant to play. But
Seussical is a rite of passage.
It's such a great show.
Honestly, the second you did that show, that was when you became a theater kid. That is a rite of passage.
It was great.
Someone has to touch or breathe on Seussical to then become a theater kid.
Yeah. And so I went from that, and then I got to play the Beast the next year in Beauty and the Beast. We did that. And so I got to experience these two very different characters, right? And I did a number of shows after, in high school. I got to play Laser Wolf in Fiddler on the Roof. And that was a really awkward, that was an awkward experience for me because I had graduated high school already. And they called me back. They needed extra, because there's never boys. Of course. Theater, right?
Of course. The amount of times that I've been in a beard and a little man, I'm always playing a little man. You ever need a tap dancing little man, you call me. I'll make it happen.
There we go. We'll put that out, put it on the resume. And so, so it was just this, like, it was a really interesting experience, and I really loved it, but there wasn't really a way for me to do it professionally here. And so I found my way into EMS, and I loved that side of it with the human connection and getting to actually care for people. And I still do that to this day, right?
Oh, yeah.
But theater definitely helped me be a better paramedic. And I think that there's so many examples of that in just everyday life, where the CEO you're talking to was a theater kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You can tell, okay, you might run this company, but you were a theater kid.
Oh, yeah.
And so
you gotta hire a theater kid.
Yeah.
You really do. There's so many benefits to arts education and to being a theater kid. And you know what? When you were saying theater made you a better paramedic, I do want to touch on something with how integrated arts really is making a way in the medical field. I have a wonderful friend. His name is Eric Kildow. He's the artistic director and a professor at Kent State University at the Trumbull campus, which is a satellite campus.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually where I grew up doing summer stock theater.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I did Grease the first time, where I played Patty Simcox growing up. And now I get to do it professionally here at Four Corners Musical Theater Company this summer, which very, very full-rounded experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Eric has this class where he works with nurses. He teaches, and it's for nursing students. And it's about teaching them bedside manner and connecting bedside manner to plays.
Oh, wow.
So he has like a list of plays that all of these nurses read, and they diagnose the characters, and they talk about how they would talk to those characters if they were their patients. And it is the most beautiful, well-constructed curriculum I have ever read.
Amazing.
And I really think more people should, I mean, not just do that, but should just hire Eric Kildow. Because that man, he's one of the only Alexander Technique certified educators in like Northeast Ohio that reaches like all the way to Kentucky and Virginia. I mean, he is just such a wonderful human. That to create a curriculum for nurses to better stand hard conditions of human connection and emotional well-being in that field. Because, I mean, the medical field, you guys just deserve so much compassion for how much you give.
Well,
and I think theater kind of helps you reload that and helps you train how to, like, omit it. And just helps you recharge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm really grateful for people like you, for people like Eric Kildow, who keep people in mind of just making sure that they are well taken care of, whether they're in the bed or whether they're the ones providing the medical service.
And it's so important that somebody is touching on that, because I think, you know, obviously we all experience this global pandemic, right? And that experience really, first, a lot of providers left the field, because you get connected to your patients, whether you're spending 5 minutes or 5 days with them, you get connected to these people. And unfortunately, there was just a lot of those people that we were never going to save. And so a lot of people didn't know we weren't used to that. Like, that wasn't a thing that you lost a dozen patients in a day, but that became a thing. Across the country, right? It became a huge thing. And so to reinvigorate that passion, because I think a lot of people, so what happened, at least from my perspective, right? What happened is in healthcare, either people left or they shut that part of their brain off that allows them to connect with humans.
Just to save themselves.
It's self-preservation.
And it's traumatizing to where you have to almost disassociate and cut that off. You have to have a boundary with yourself.
You do. And we always, you know, like I always tell people, because, you know, as the first thing anybody asks you when you're an EMT, paramedic, nurse, whatever, what's the worst thing you've ever seen? Right? Everybody wants to know that. And nobody can handle it. Nobody can handle it. So I always tell them a benign story.
I don't know, man. I feel like my mom could.
Well, no, you can handle it, but people don't want to. That's the thing. Like in that moment, they're not thinking really the worst thing that we've seen, because we analyze it differently. But
I was going to say, my mom loves like listening to the pathology reports from Mrs. Angemi. You know Mrs. Angemi? Love my girl from Jersey. She is so cool. And everything she's bringing a new realm and new enlightenment to death education and understanding. And I commend her for that. Absolutely. She's wonderful. But my mom's always wanted to be like, she's wanted to be a mortuary and like an embalmer. And so she, once again, one of those things, she was like, well, I mean, I have a degree in business, and I don't know. Now I love plants. And my mom is so talented. She's like Martha Stewart minus jail time. But she always wanted to take that path. And it was one of those things where it was always on the back burner, and she just never pursued it. But now she pursues it by listening to a lot of things like that, and by just almost giving her compassion to them and listening to those stories, which I find so beautiful. So it's like a lot of people in your field who hold on to that. I mean, she's always willing to listen.
Well, I think that people, so the way I always approach, if I have a really messed up call, patient, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people I approach a person the way a mechanic approaches a car.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know how these things work. I know how they're supposed to fit together, and I can function with that. But you almost have to remove the humanity, because if you focus on the humanity, then you are not in a mindset where you can actually care for the body the way we should be.
Yeah.
And I think what happened with COVID is we completely shut that part of our brain off to self-preserve. Mm-hmm. So hearing somebody use theater and role playing essentially to bring that back and revitalize those healthcare staff, that's amazing, and it's so necessary. I hope that those programs like that can expand, because you know, I have worked in a number of fields where I've been able to go to lots of different kinds of facilities, and I take patients out of those facilities, take them to other facilities, and seeing the burnout, the just rampant burnout in nursing specifically,
Mm-hmm.
It's really disheartening. And so I'm glad that there are people that are focusing on that, because it almost feels like an insurmountable task. Like,
oh yeah,
you look at it and you go, I think we just need to start over. Like, we just need new nurses.
Yeah.
Which we don't. Nurses are amazing and beautiful, and the whole like the idea of nursing is a really great career field. It's a really great opportunity for lots of people. But I think we saw lots of things like that happen with COVID, especially, where it was the burnout, and then you had people that got into it because of COVID.
Yeah.
And they never learned the compassion part, because we needed them so badly, right?
And what you need is a sustainability.
Yeah.
And it's like you were saying, how they turn off that part of your brain, or how you approach it like a car.
Yeah.
There are no emotions involved.
Zero.
However, theater helps you manage it.
Yes, exactly.
Theater helps you read a situation like what you would have with a scene partner, and then react to it, because your character knows nothing.
Exactly.
Your character doesn't know anything about it. So how does your character already know, or already like hesitate, or already like jump on it? You know, like, you approach it with that exact manner, and then you manage your emotions along the way.
Yeah.
Rather than just completely cutting that off. Because if you cut it off at your job, then you cut it off at home.
Everywhere.
And then you cut it off with your loved ones. And then you just start changing.
Yeah.
And you're not yourself anymore. No. So theater can help you still stay yourself, but also still get the job done and still save lives.
Yeah.
And save yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The providers need the life saving sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know, they absolutely do. That's amazing. I love that. So let's talk about programming, and specifically the programming that you're getting ready to help with here. So you have a class that you're going to do. Tell me about it.
It's called Friday Night Live.
I love it.
And I'm so excited. So back when I was working as an education coordinator for arts programming, I created this class. It's one of my favorites to do. It's called Friday Night Live, and it's like Saturday Night Live, but for youth.
Okay.
And I've done it with adults as well. It's just as applicable.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. We just kind of change things around based off of levels and caliber of just education and willingness to be more involved in different sketches. But what it is an improv and sketch class for youth, and particularly for Juniper. It's going to be for students who are 13 to 18 years old. And we are going to start with improv, and we're going to learn the art of improv. We're going to play. We're going to learn how to listen to our scene partners, how it's yes and how we don't want to drive our own idea. We want to build ideas together.
Yeah.
And so it really tunes into listening skills and like a game of Tetris, but with words and with scenarios. Yeah. And I'm so jazzed, because then we're going to take everything that we learned with improv, anything that like got a gold star really stuck to us at the end of one of our class days or at the end of our first week, because it's a 2-week class. We're then going to start turn into a sketch.
Okay.
And we're going to take those sketches, we're going to create these characters, we're going to create these scenarios, and we're going to put them all into a final performance for friends and family. And it'll have props, and our sketches will be written out. When it comes to this, now I feel like I'm going to sound older than I am, but I feel like kids these days, they have too much screen time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And taking a class like this is meant to be fun and exercise a different part of their brain that they might not normally do.
Yeah.
Or that they would and find it exciting and invigorating. And we're not going to have any screens. We're not going to use any computers to type out sketches. We're going to do everything by hand.
Awesome.
So everyone's going to get a notebook. Everyone's going to get a pencil.
Yeah.
They have to bring it every day, or they have to leave it with me, because Lord knows someone's going to forget it.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
But it do be like that, you know?
Yeah.
We got to learn responsibility somehow.
Right.
And they're going to just write everything out in their notebooks. We're going to communicate to each other. We're going to go line by line of what a sketch would be, or they would write their own sketch and present it. The only form of technology I might think about using is a copy machine.
Okay.
Other than that, get out of here. So I'm looking forward to it.
If you want, I know a friend that has a press. We could press.
Honestly, the kids gotta learn.
These microphones for us.
The kids gotta learn. So bring them in.
We'll get them. We'll get old school
like,
print pressing.
We'll make it happen.
No Xerox.
we're going back to the 50s.
That's
kids.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. And I already know, I've taught many classes here with the Heather McGoy Four Corners Musical Theater Academy. And I love the kids in this community.
Yeah.
They have such a special place in my heart. They are so creative. They are so fun. I look forward to seeing them return, or to even do the August show with them, or like the second show in the summer. I'm looking forward to Shrek. I'm going to see a lot of familiar faces in there. I love that show. And I just love that show. And I know the kids are going to have a good time.
Yes.
So I'm hoping I see a lot of familiar faces in this class, and I don't have to wait until Shrek to play with them and to see them and enjoy their presence, because I always have a great time. But I look forward to the class too, because it's going to be something new for them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the classes that we've done here are very acting based, dance based, but nothing really revolving around creating something from scratch with the kids.
Yeah.
Like, they are the ones making it. I'm just giving them the tools to write everything out.
Yeah.
And to make it all happen and to guide them. But really, it's going to be their show.
I love that.
And I think that's what's going to make it even more powerful and more fun.
Yeah.
I start every class. We have 4 classes in these 2 weeks. So the classes will start, I believe, June 22nd.
Okay.
It'll be Monday, Wednesday, June 22nd, 24th, and then June 29th. And then the final class then goes into a final performance on July 1st.
Awesome.
What's great about these classes is that they're all in the morning.
Okay.
So if you're on your way to work, or you have to go grocery shopping, you can
the kids off.
Drop your student off for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
They're going to have the greatest 90 minutes of that day.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to go on home and think about it and remember to bring their notebook back when they return. So it'll be really cool. I start every class with an I can objective. So it's like, I can work with other people and have stronger listening skills. I can create dialogue from scratch that sounds natural and work in a scene in a different environment that anyone gives to me. I can create a character because I am a fun, creative person with a big imagination. I can make sure that I am responsible and working with other people and safe and communicating what I need, but also what they need, and think about that while in a scene. And I think that's so important to start with those objectives, because oftentimes we just do things.
Yeah.
You know, someone tells us to do it and we do it. But why are we doing it?
Right.
And this class is going to help kids really understand why they're taking the actions that they are committing to or that they're creating, and being able to really look at it, think about it, and how does it fit?
Yeah.
Why do I want it to fit?
Right.
What if someone has another idea and they collaborate and they work so well?
Mm-hmm.
And classes that have collaboration, I think, build a lot of strong teamwork. And oftentimes in sports, you learn that. In theater, sometimes it can be a little lonely because you're doing a monologue or you're so focused on yourself.
Right.
I think a lot of actors, even professionals, they focus on themselves and they're like, okay, I have to be funny.
Right.
I have to impress the audience. I have to get a good laugh.
Yeah.
You can't think about it that way.
No.
You have to go into a scene, really believe that your character, even though you've rehearsed it a billion times, has never done it before.
Right.
And you just have to listen and you have to act and react.
Right.
And that's all it is.
Well,
but sometimes people think the simplicity of it is so complex.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to break down.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Ask yourself that.
Right.
Because it doesn't hurt to ask yourself questions. And if you don't have the answers, maybe someone else will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to not know everything.
Sure.
So these kids are going to learn a lot about that.
I love that.
And even if something lands or if it just like goes into a dumpster fire, that is just as fun.
Yeah.
I think we have to learn how to bomb.
Yes.
All of us have to learn how to fail.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids in comedy, they're just so focused on like, I have to be funny, so I have to be big and I have to be loud. Because that's how I used to think before I got into more comedic approaches in theater and doing sketch comedy or doing stand-up. And you just have to accept failure.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you fail, that is the best lesson learned.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you an even stronger performer. And also, you laugh at yourself because you're like, wow, that was so bad. That was awesome. I can't wait to fix it.
Right. But learning to laugh at yourself, I think, is probably the most important lesson out of it.
Oh, yeah. And that gives you compassion.
Yeah.
We beat ourselves up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I find a lot of kids in programs or even professionals in programs who will beat themselves up over little things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that wasn't as good as it was before. Or, oh, I can't believe I did that. Or, why didn't you do this? That's what we've been doing the whole time. It takes communication and it takes a sense of calmness and understanding that not everything is perfect.
Right.
In film, you get multiple takes and people splice it together.
Sure.
In live performance theater, anything can happen.
It is what it is.
So you just have to be on your toes.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to listen. And this class is going to teach kids a lot of those skills. And I think they'll come out of these 2 weeks just not only having fun, but going into Shrek, knowing that they can really enjoy it and be alive on stage, even if the spotlight isn't on them. The spotlight doesn't always have to be on you in order to have attention or to act, because sometimes focus changes. The attention doesn't always have to be on you. It has to be on the characters in the scene. But the importance of your job is to still keep the scene alive. And kids will learn that as well. Just having that consistency of keeping something alive and beating as a heartbeat together. Because sometimes you're not the main heartbeat, but you're the muscles who are pumping it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you look at shows like Shrek that have these really dynamic scenes where there's 30 cast members on stage at one time, right? And yes, the focus is on Shrek and Donkey right now, right? Or whoever the characters are. But you have this whole world that's happening on stage that if those characters aren't in character and they're just standing there looking at the stage lights or, or
waving at mom in the audience.
Yeah. Or, messing with a piece of grip tape on the floor or something, right? and some tech is off the side going, don't touch that mark, but you're like, it takes away from the show, even though they're not, the spotlight isn't there. And so I think it's awesome that we're going to teach these kids that you are still, I love the way you put it, the muscle of that scene. That's amazing. And it's so important to have that whole thing there. Right?
Yeah.
I think about, I did the performance I did Beauty and the Beast a second time at Sandstone. And I got to play Cogsworth in that show, which was a totally different character.
I was going to say, that is not the Beast.
No, it was not. I loved it though. But like bringing a small French town to life in the middle of a desert amphitheater would have been impossible without the characters in the marketplace. Right? That opening scene where you bonjour, and the whole thing.
Yes.
It sets the mood for the whole show. And now everybody in the audience, their butts are hot and sweaty on those sandstone seats, right? But they are in provincial France, right?
Yes.
And they feel it and they exist there. And without, even if one person is not like in the game, that one person is focused because there's a mosquito and you're just like trying to. Now everybody's right back to farming.
Yes, it breaks the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like you build this fog-like atmosphere, and whether you're in Sandstone or you're in the Civic Center or you're in Henderson Hall, and as soon as someone like waves that atmospheric fog away, it just breaks all reality.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of just maintaining that and pumping it into existence. Yeah.
Now, I think something that you'll probably talk about this in your improv class, I would assume, but like we talk about the fourth wall, right?
Yes. Oh,
the fourth wall. You never break the fourth wall, but sometimes you do, especially in improv.
Oh, I've broken the fourth wall many times.
And you're not breaking the fourth wall. You're extending the fourth wall, and now everybody in those seats are in the room with you.
Extending, yes.
You're pushing the fourth wall all the way back.
When we did Addams Family at Four Corners Musical Theater in the Civic Center.
It was beautiful, by the way. It was amazing.
I played Grandma Addams, which, hard to believe. I know. Stop. But I played this 102-year-old witchy woman.
Fantastic.
And most of it was improv.
Yeah, it was amazing.
She had select lines, which, of course, I have to say, by law.
Sure.
But also to make my director happy.
Right.
Thank you, Randall K. West. and I loved working with him because I would test things out, and Randy's saying is never cut funny. And I would play with the space that I had, and he would always be like, "What'd you say tonight? Did you change it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Was it funny?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Keep going."
Yeah.
And he's always such a supporter of improvisation if it's done confidently and like in a very witty manner.
Yeah.
And so I would play with the space that I had, with the characters I had, and I would extend that fourth wall.
A perfect example.
Because I wanted everyone to feel like they were a part of that dinner scene in the end of Act 1.
Yep.
The final show of that, I told Randy, I was like, "Randy, may I please have permission to just let it all out?" And he like patted me on the back and he's like, "You go get him, baby." And I was like, "Great." So now I have a tight 7 in the end of Act 1. So I have to prepare. How would I prepare? I would like listen to this like pump up 1980s playlist to get me in the zone, because I was in like 2 scenes in Act 1, and I felt like I was Rocky. I would put whatever undergarments I had to, because I would flash the audience. So I would put whatever pair of underwear that I got from the clearance section of Walmart on like Main Street to then go out there and give it my all. I did my tight 7, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
And I really feel like the audience's energy, they loved laughing at just everyone's reactions and actions. And
watching Matt cover his head
with a napkin. Morticia, like Sarah Harkness, amazing choreographer and actress, top-notch professional performer, sitting there like Morticia, stone-faced the whole time. And like gripping her abdominal muscles. Like, it's so funny. And everyone just had so much fun. And that is the art of improv. That is what it is meant to do. That is what we are meant to be perceived as. And that is what we are meant to feel, is just involved and community. And I mean, I really do believe that laughter is the best medicine. And you have to choose joy. You have to move forward with kindness and joy, and just being open to accepting humor, because you have to live life with humor and humility.
Mhm.
And that's how you perceive a lot of improv, and you perceive a lot of theater, and you perceive society.
Mhm.
And that's just what makes you a more positive person in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think extending the fourth wall, the perfect example, you rolled on stage as grandma, and I think you were on stage for 30 seconds, and you had the entire audience bump buying from Sweet Caroline in less than a minute. It was incredible. Like, this is not, nobody's plugged, nobody's ready. She just comes on stage rocking Sweet Caroline, and the entire audience, I was there, and the entire audience felt, they were like, oh, I get to be a part of this now.
Yes.
Because we all know what to do.
Oh, absolutely.
When you get to the bump buzz,
you
right?
gotta hit them with that Neil Diamond.
Yeah. And like, that was, I think that's amazing. And that people have this idea of theater, and it's like, you know, so everyone's seen The Greatest Showman, or most people have, right?
Oh yeah.
And the parents, what's Zac Efron's parents, they're real stuffy, and you know, they have the binoculars and they watch from the balcony.
Yeah.
That's what people perceive theater as. At least I think a lot of people around, especially around here, where they don't get a lot of exposure, or haven't historically got a lot of exposure. But really, what theater is exactly that. Like, the actor, we always kind of joke, right? Randy talks about the energy babies. He doesn't talk about energy babies. We call them the energy babies. But like, the energies meet in the air, right?
Yes.
And it's so true. But you have the actors are putting everything out there.
Yes.
And then for the audience to just sit back and absorb everything is almost selfish.
It's like sound in a rug.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But with audience participation, like that Sweet Caroline bit with Addams Family, I also did You're Gonna Die and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. So you might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, it was
you
great.
know, like, audience participation is what sucks people in. I mean, that's why even Rocky Horror Picture Show, when people go to see shadow cast screenings, and you get to throw popcorn, you get to throw the teepee, you get to wear the newspaper hat. It is so just electric.
Yeah.
And it's so fun because, I mean, really, Randy, he tells a lot of people this now that he found out. So for a long time, we had a bingo card of what Randy would say, of what Randy would say in his like introductory speech, in his audience speech. And we love it because, I mean, first off, we would get bingos a lot, and we never won anything aside from self-satisfaction of just knowing our director and just getting to know him on that level of understanding like what he's going to say and when. Sometimes, now that he knows, he'll throw out curveballs. So he sits in an office and he's changing things around. So now we're like, man, no one got bingo this time. But he's so wonderful, and he's so real when he says energy, you got to throw it to the back of the house.
And it really is true.
Because if you throw it even all the way to the back of the house, that person who's in the top row in the far back seat will sit straight up.
Yeah.
And they'll lean forward because they want more.
Yeah.
And they'll give you their energy, and it feeds us. It really does. I've done some shows where we've called them flatline shows, where the audience doesn't really give you much. Maybe they're tired, they had a big dinner, and they're just sitting. And they were excited to see the show, and now they're kind of like, oh man, I'm like, oh, sleepy. And that's a show where you push all your energy and you feel drained at the end. Yeah. Because they didn't give it back. Give much back. Yeah. But it's not their job to give it back. Our job is to tell a story and to entertain, and to make sure you have a wonderful time and that you learn something if the piece has a lesson within it. And the audience's job is to listen. Sure. And so oftentimes when they don't give energy, I'm like, I don't take it personally. Yeah. But when they do, it's awesome. And I'm so appreciative of people just showing up, whether they're tired or not. Whether you give me your energy back or not, thank you for sitting in that seat. Right. Because that's what I'm most grateful for, is that people are just there. Yeah. Now, she has to say that,
right? I'm speaking for you, the audience. So she has to say that because she is on stage. I am a professional audience member now, right? I don't get on stage anymore. One of the driving factors for me to start Juniper was educating the audience that it is okay to emote. It is okay to be involved. So Millie will tell you that you can sit there and absorb all the energy. I will tell you that you are paying to give energy back. You are paying to be an energy mirror, reflect it back on stage, because then you're going to get your money's worth, right?
Yeah.
If you just pay for a seat, you have a seat at home. You have a seat at home that plays. We got amazing TVs. You can buy a beautiful 8K TV for like $500 now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You have HBO, you have Netflix.
Yeah. You can go sit and you can absorb all of that stuff through the screen. And there are amazing, talented people that create that content. And you can absorb that, right? And that's fine. But it's a different experience that you are going to the theater to watch real humans promote their energy out into the audience, and you have a responsibility to give it back to them. And I'm very passionate about that. I think that people need to know not only that it's okay, but it's expected. So Jordan is telling you all. Millie says it's okay not to give back, but Jordan's saying it's not. You have to give that energy back. Otherwise, you're wasting your money. It's a bad investment, right? Entertainment is always something that you should invest in, I think, because it just helps make life better. But if you're going to the theater and all you're doing is absorbing, it's a bad investment. You're wasting your money. You got to give it back. You got to have fun.
And I feel like the marketing efforts that the Civic Center is doing is really driving the energy behind that. I mean, the city of Farmington, amazing marketing department. They have grown so much, and they're creating all these cinematic pieces that maybe people do see and they absorb like on their phones or on their laptop or on TV or over the radio.
Yeah.
And it gives them the opportunity to have a little exposure to the taste. So hopefully they do become a professional audience member like you through that advanced marketing.
Yes.
Because I really feel like a lot of theaters don't have that.
No.
A lot of them don't. So the fact that we do just puts us up another level and then another level and then another, because it's helping expose people to what they could see or what they want to see.
Right.
And I really hope that brings more people to the yard.
Yeah.
Just because this is such a big city. It's so widespread and you have a lot of surrounding areas that, I mean, you have to drive like 30 minutes to, but it's still within reach. It's worth a drive. And it's all about accessibility.
We have so many people from our community in Farmington who drive 3 hours to go watch a show at Popejoy that don't attend shows here in their own backyard.
Really?
There are so many people.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
who are they?
I know.
I'm just wondering.
I know. It's okay.
I'll talk to them.
Right?
I can.
Yeah, we'll get the pillowcase and the lock and the sock. It's shocking to me, and I think a lot of it's changing. It's changing. We're changing the culture, but a lot of it has historically been, well, you go there to see professional shows. We have a full professional, in fact, the only professional musical theater company in the state of New Mexico, or at least the first. I think there may be another one now, but here.
Yeah, in
right
Farmington,
here, in
Northwest New Mexico.
And people,
we come from all over.
Yeah.
There are people from, Florida, Kansas, Maine, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Missouri. I mean, we're not from this neck of the woods.
Right.
And so I always look forward to coming out here.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. Because not only the community aspect, but I mean, Farmington is such a growing city. And I understand because I grew up in a city that is very parallel to Farmington. So when it comes to like, there's nothing to do here.
Right.
Nothing's changing. I'm like, well, I used to be stuck in that same mindset because, I mean, that's kind of like a hometown mindset. And then when you leave and you look back at your hometown and how much it's grown. I mean, I do that with Warren, Ohio, and I am so proud of how much it has grown.
Yeah.
The friends that I grew up with who are working for the Tourism Bureau, who are running businesses, who are growing the city, who are making it a stronger infrastructure and economy. I am so proud of them, of the Warren, Youngstown, Ohio area. And then I come here to Farmington, and I'll be here 4 times a year for like a month to 3 months at a time. And even when I'm gone and I come back, I'm like, what's that building? When did you put that up?
Yeah.
What's this? And I'm learning so much about what's to do around here, to a point where I don't necessarily go to Durango or Santa Fe or Albuquerque. I mostly stay in this area, and I always find something new. I love nature. I love going to the nature centers. There are multiple escape rooms here.
Yeah.
There's also like the Bullock Museum.
Yeah.
Which like I'm so excited to make a phone call and try to like go to.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
All of these different things to do here. There's geocaching. There's like Quill and Quest. I always have to go to Artifacts.
Artifacts is beautiful.
Every time I come here, I go to Artifacts. I'm at Defined Fitness almost every day. I think I like Defined more than my own gym back in Ohio. So I always look forward to coming here.
Yeah.
There's just so much here that I am so grateful for, and I'm so privileged to be here to perform professionally and to experience your community.
Yeah.
And to know that there are people who live here that don't attend those shows but go 3 hours away, that's shocking to me.
Isn't that crazy?
But I would love to see what we can do to get them in those seats, because I am so intrigued.
Yeah.
I find that baffling, honestly.
I think that just that the marketing department does a great job.
They do.
But there are spaces where people just aren't, they're not seeing it. And so hopefully this can be a medium for people to, feel that invitation. And
I would invite everyone and their third cousin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Bring the dog. It's
Bring
outdoors.
I
I find this, I really enjoy. However, in Cleveland, I do understand there's so much theater in Cleveland. It's so saturated that there are theater companies that I didn't know existed. And now I'm learning.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's just so widespread that driving 3 hours in Ohio is like, I have to drive 3 hours. Whereas when you come out here in the Southwest, it's like, oh, it's just 3 hours away.
Only 3 hours.
That's a day trip.
Yeah.
That was a big culture shock to me, to a point where now I'm in Ohio and I'm like, that's 3 hours. That's nothing. So I'm becoming one of you.
Good.
And I'm very grateful for it, because I've learned a lot. But I would love to find different ways to bring more people and to make it more accessible and to build that exposure in this community. And if there's anything I can do, I mean, I have that PR degree. You give me a call. You give me a call. I'm always happy to talk to anyone. I know I've worked with the marketing department and did like street team. Like we would hang up flyers everywhere. And I love when people tell me that they bought season passes. We went to TJ's Diner. Big TJ's Diner fan.
Shout out to TJ's.
Shout out to TJ's.
Delicious.
We love that country fried chicken. Big fan. But
gotta get that 2-car pile up.
My father loves that. I want you to know, my parents, they are from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They come out here and they'll visit. And I mean, my dad, like, he got that. He talks about it every time. He's like, when are we going to that TJ's? And I was like, wow, you want the 2-car pile up? He's like, yeah, rubbing his belly.
I'm a big fella, right? That's a 3-day recovery for me.
It really is.
It's delicious, but
it's so good.
Yeah.
But we put flyers up in TJ's, and it's to a point where we go there so often, especially one of our other cast members, to a point where the one amazing waitress looked at him and is like, where have you been?
Did you move away?
Where did you go? You were here like every day and then you just left us? And then he came back another day, and then she's like, so where's everyone else? Because you guys usually come in a group. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because now, like, he's a regular now.
She's
like, where is everyone?
Yeah.
So
I love
shout out to TJ's and always supporting us. And I feel like everyone there, I mean, having the flyer there at the register, like we were even in line waiting to pay. And we saw people looking at one of the flyers for a past show, and they were talking about it. And they're like, oh, we got to go see it, to a point where we were like, yeah, we heard that's a great show. We hear that's awesome. You should totally go see it. And then we saw them in the lobby and they spotted us and they were like, you were at TJ's. We were like, yeah, that's why we said this is such a great show.
We almost guarantee it.
Yes. And it's interactions like that I love.
Yeah.
I really love seeing people who I saw out in the lobby, who I love going out in the lobby and thanking people for coming. I love seeing familiar faces.
Yeah.
It's really, really a joy.
It's such a cool experience. And it's funny because like you don't get that. Yeah. So I go to Popejoy, right? I'm not disparaging Popejoy at all. We went and watched a show down there, and we happened to go to a matinee and caught the cast running across the street to the what is it down there? The Range. What's across from Popejoy? The Frontier. So they're running across the street to Frontier to grab a bite to eat, and we're like, oh my gosh, there's Elder Cunningham. You know, like it was so cool. And so you don't get that experience at all theaters, right?
Yes.
And he was like, he was so shy.
Oh.
And it was awesome. It was so cool to get to see that though. And like, so Popejoy has a shuttle system because you have to park far away.
Okay, yeah.
Or you can pay a lot to park close, but you park far away and it's free. So a lot of people park far away.
I get it. Yeah, no, we
it's a 5-minute bus ride. It's fine. So there's like a line of people waiting for the bus, and here comes the cast, and everyone just starts applauding again, and it was really cool. Like, so the fact that you get to do that here for every show, where you get to meet with the cast afterwards, and whether it's at Sandstone where you line up on the front of the stage, or at the Civic Center where you stand out in the lobby, and you get to see the people who just gave you that experience.
Yes.
It's so cool, and it changes theater.
It does. And I get to see my students. I get to see the kids that I taught through Heather McGoy.
Yeah.
And I get to like connect with them, and they're like, Miss Millie, we didn't know you could do all of that. We didn't, what? And then I'll like see other people and I'll talk to them in like my normal voice, because I'm always doing some like wacky dialect. And they're like, oh, that's how you sound? I'm like, yeah, hey, thank you so much for coming. Like, and it's just it's so sweet though. Like,
I love it.
I really enjoy that aspect of coming here. In Cleveland theater, I do a lot in like Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus areas. And I mean, we do the show. We still have a connection with our community. Our community, we know everyone, you know, or like we know of someone. There is a very big difference between knowing someone and knowing of. So I feel like there's a lot of knowing of people, but doing shows with them in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Columbus, you get to grow into getting to know them and their art and the way they work and what they create. And I love doing new work. I do a lot of new work out there. And I'll do musicals and I'll do a lot of new work plays. But when I come out here, I do a lot of these more big grand wall pieces. Right. And that always takes me like back to my roots of being a kid and doing Kent Trumbull summer stock or doing stuff at the Youngstown Playhouse and feeling like, oh my gosh, like this is a whole like procedure and project and there's so many moving parts. And it's really interesting to see how interpretations can be made and how things are so subjective and how we can still be creative, but with that structure of that original story, and how audiences love to see shows that they know. I mean, like Grease, everyone knows Grease. Sure. It is a 1950s satire, and that's really how we play it. It cracks me up because the movie, I mean, everyone's like in their 30s and they play it like, oh, like, yeah, like we're really the cool kids. Whereas like in our Grease, we're like hyper aware like cartoons, and it's really cool. And I love that direction that Randy has taken with it, because we have so much more fun with it. And I really think people are going to enjoy seeing it out at Sandstone, and they're going to bring the kids, and we're going to see so many familiar faces and hopefully new faces of people who love the movie and who want to see the show, because we still have a lot of songs from the film in the musical. So I think people are going to sit back and be singing like Grease Lightning and Hopelessly Devoted, and it'll be cool.
It'll be awesome.
But I look forward to seeing all those kids in the audience. I look forward to seeing them in the class. I'm just so excited that Juniper exists too. When I first learned about you guys forming and growing and seeing you like out at the lobby at the Civic during our shows with like keychains and stickers, I'm like, that's Juniper. Wait, I want to know more about this. Because, I mean, it is exactly what I used to do when I was working full-time administratively. And I mean, it's exactly what I still love to do when I have the time and when I'm not on stage. I mean, when I'm not on stage, you can always catch me teaching and doing arts administrative work. And I find it so important. I really think every city really needs the consistency and the sustainability of arts administration to keep these motives and these classes and this passion driving through to the end.
Yeah.
Because that's how you guys continuously build and grow, not just the city of Farmington, but also accessibility to the arts in your city, and just making sure that kids know that they have a space of expression and a safe space to go to and be indoors and to flex those muscles in their brain that maybe they don't normally do at school or that they normally don't do at home. So this is a really cool strength exercise and like imagination training for them.
Yeah, and I hope that I think we've heard that there's a lot of a lot of entries already for the program.
Yes.
And so I hope it's full.
And I'm excited because I hope it's full and they get to be in a new space.
Yes.
I don't think a lot of kids have been in the TOTA.
So that was actually what I was going to bring up next. And I know Haley put our timer up and it died again, Haley, but we have already gone over an hour. And
that's fine. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. But we'll wrap up talking about the TOTA.
Yeah.
So the TOTA, personally for me, like it's kind of a passion place for me. I sit on a couple of different boards. I've got Juniper that I'm on, and then I also have Film Four Corners, and we do our film festival there. It's a really great space because we get local filmmakers get to put their project on a $250,000 projector that, so I don't know if you're aware of this history. So the TOTA was built in 1949. It closed in the 80s, 1982. It was the original theater of Farmington. And then it closed for a long time. It didn't reopen until the early 2000s, and a family purchased it.
Okay.
They ran it for a little while as like an event center, and then it closed again just within a few years. And so then it remained with that family until the county purchased it. The county purchased it and restored it. And they did this huge renovation project where they put in a Dolby surround sound system.
Yes.
They put this huge professional projector in there. And then they gave that over to the city. So now the city operates it.
Oh.
And so we have these really awesome, like the sound is so great that we're actually sometimes worried the ceiling tiles might fall. Oh. Because it's an old building. It's a historic building. Yes. And so
I've seen some films there, and I love whenever there are like movies there or events there. I saw Young Frankenstein. I saw Blazing Saddles. I really enjoy whenever we rehearse in that space. And because it's so fun. It reminds me of like a theater back in Youngstown, Ohio that I used to work for.
Yeah.
So fun fact, the Warner Brothers are from Youngstown, Ohio. And the building that I worked with and that where my office was in is the only theater that they personally ever built in memoriam to their brother Sam.
That is so cool.
He passed away from the flu in 1927.
Oh, wow.
And when he passed away, they built this theater, and it's like this gorgeous Art Deco, still preserved. It's now called the Dior.
Okay.
But it was like this beautiful like space where the second you walk in, the lobby, it's all different themes. The lobby was like Versailles. The concession area was the Spanish room with original Spanish tile.
Oh, wow.
And then the theater itself was a garden theme where the top of the ceiling was giant petals. And then they had these two giant chandeliers that are shaped like bugs. And then the seats are green like grass.
That's cool.
And I mean, that's the only one they ever built in memory of their brother Sam, who is the reason why they got into film in the first place.
Wow.
And it's still operating to this day. It almost shut down too. I think all great movie houses like shut down or are almost demolished and then come back to life. It was almost bulldozed in like 1967.
Oh my gosh.
And the last film they played there was Bonnie and Clyde. Or something like that.
Sure.
Or it was the first or last film, I'm trying to remember, but then they're about to bulldoze it, and then someone came in and was like, wait.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I want to buy this, and I want to give it to the Youngstown Symphony Orchestra. So then they bought it, and now it's the home of the Youngstown Symphony Orchestra. So they utilized the space for more than just film, more than just dance recitals or dance competitions or like big main stage tours. They use it for another community aspects of giving them like accessible arts and outreach and exposure. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the TOTA does here.
Yeah.
Because with using it as multiple spaces, and then the fact that we're using it for our class.
Yes.
I am so excited.
And it's such a great venue for that class.
Oh yeah.
Because you have the opportunity to be like extremely intimate with the audience. So the stage juts out, right? And it's more than just a screen. So if people have been in there, you've probably seen the screen. The whole screen lifts up and there's a stage back there with this beautiful brick that just is a perfect backdrop for improv.
Oh yeah,
kind of
sketch, comedy.
It's great.
Yes.
And so, but then you also have the main curtain that you can close, and you still have this beautiful stage with lighting. And so, it's going to be a really great venue for these kids to get to experience that, because it's a short throw reflection for the audience, right? They're right there. It's not like the Civic Center where you've got some space.
Yes.
You've got a little bit of play there. This is the TOTA you're in. It's like the next thing to Theater in the Round.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm just excited for them to be in that space, to have exactly that like intimacy with the audience, but also know that space exists.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the kids, I mean, maybe they'll go to like the movie theater in the mall.
Sure.
Or they'll go to the one like over on, is it Butler?
20th.
Over on 20th, that's it. And I think them being in that space, knowing that it exists and knowing that there are other events, or even knowing that there could be other events in it.
Yeah.
If they like set it up themselves, is so cool. And also like them being more aware of like Film Four Corners. Like kids can be involved in film here too.
Absolutely.
They can make their own film.
Yeah.
If they can make their own sketches, then maybe they can even have their own kids' film fest.
Yeah.
I think it's stuff that is just opening more doors for students here and just making them realize like Farmington is a growing area. It's not just where you grew up. There's no reason for you to have that mindset of negativity toward it,
right?
Because you can still make your own opportunity.
Yeah.
If that's something you want, you can still make it here.
Yeah.
You just have to go to the right people who are trustworthy and who are knowledgeable on it, who can assist you in making that dream happen.
Yes.
And that's what this class is all about.
Yep.
It's just opening another door to students and letting them know that this is here, not just through Heather McGoy and through Juniper, but also the skills that they learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really, we talked about it in our first episode where Juniper, the idea of Juniper is to be that connective tissue between all of these programs that are out there. It's not something that has never existed before. We used to have that in the Connie Gotch Foundation, but the Connie Gotch Foundation, it disbanded.
Okay.
And so we were missing that for a little while. And that's what allowed Juniper to become that thing for the community. And so that's really, that's what this podcast is part of that. And doing classes like this, that is what we want to build and connect people to these programs. A perfect example, you talked about student films. Film Four Corners has a whole student showcase where these students shoot films. Haley is one of the instructors for that. She's a teacher at a local high school.
Oh my gosh.
She's at the PV, and she does an amazing job. And she brings her students to this showcase, and these kids are shooting films on iPhones, and they're on the big screen, and it's beautiful, right? It's amazing. And then some of these kids are, they're shooting professional quality, like they're doing all of the post-production and they're doing all of this stuff, learning these skills that, they can use them here, they can use them anywhere. And so it's really, again, that's what Juniper is trying to be. We just want to let people know what is happening and how you can be involved, and that it's okay to only be involved by watching.
Oh, yeah.
It is perfectly fine to be a professional audience member.
There are so many ways to be involved as an audience member, as a performer, backstage, in the house, in the lobby. I mean, I have worked every job.
Yeah.
I have worked box office. I still do. Yeah. I'm a performer. I work backstage. I work as a production team member. I've worked spotlight.
Yeah.
No one is too good for any position.
No.
And one of my favorite is being an audience member. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. And I think it's so fun and invigorating. And I just can't wait to see what more happens. I mean, I want you to know, like, I don't even go here. I don't. I would deem myself like a transplant per se, sure. But I don't go here, and I already see how Juniper is a connective tissue. I'm already seeing it. And with being such a new organization, I'm just like really proud of you guys.
Well, thank you.
And witnessing it and watching you grow and noticing how all of these things are becoming intertwined and the spotlight is being shared amongst all. It is awesome. I love the work you guys are doing, and I'm just happy to be involved.
Well, thank you.
And no matter what you need, you know I'm always here for Juniper.
We appreciate that. We have a very dynamic team, and I would consider you part of that team. You've done a lot of work with us already. And so that was something when we started, that was a really high priority for us, was that we needed a team of people that everybody could be doing something different at the same time. But then we could all come together and laser focus. And a perfect example of that is Charlie Brown Christmas, right? Last year, we got together, we decided 2 months in advance that we were going to produce this show. And then with the city's support, we met that goal and we produced that show, which meant that we were able to take the funds from that show and put it back into the Heather McGoy program. And so,
you know, you're just able to regenerate revenue.
Yeah. So we're able to bring that back in, you know, and awesome. The city is always very supportive of everything theater. They've always been very supportive, but it's nice to know that there is that avenue that is going to always just focus on that, because the city also has a responsibility to the constituents of the community.
Oh, absolutely.
For providing other things. Yeah. And so it's a really awesome partnership that we have. And Juniper has already done great things. We're going to continue to do great things. Your program is one of those great things that we are so proud to be a part of.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see this improv class. Now, the last thing I want to highlight is that we will need audience members.
We will.
For these kids to perform.
Yes.
And so we will have information on how to pick up tickets. You can visit juniperpaf.com, visit a website, go to our Facebook page. We also have links on our website for performances throughout San Juan County. So all of the local high schools, we try to help advertise those. We don't charge anything. Like, that's not what we're here for. Again, we're trying to be that connective tissue. So there's a number of things that are coming up within the community that we have linked over there at the website. And it's everything from performances like the Four Corners Musical Theater to the summer terrace series at Gateway Museum, where it's just music on the terrace on the river. And it's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's great. And so,
and I love the museum. I do.
Have you seen the Lowrider exhibit?
No, and I want to.
Oh, it's so cool.
I literally go there every time I come here.
Yeah.
Not only just to see what they have that's new.
Have you been to the Museum of Navajo Arts and Culture?
Yes.
Have you seen the hat exhibit that's there right now?
No.
Oh, you got to go. You got to go. They have a traveling hat exhibit right now. And it is it's headwear from around the world, from various indigenous cultures.
No way.
Gotta go check it out.
And
of course, they have the rugs that are always beautiful to see.
That's my other thing. Like, I'm from Ohio, and my community populations are so different from the community population down here. And it has been so wonderful learning new things about different cultures and just being surrounded by new people and getting to know them and just who they are. And it's so, it's breathtaking. Yeah. Like, it really is. Like, because I'll go back home and I just, I feel so cultured. Like I feel like I just experience so much whenever I come out here. Yes, I'm dehydrated and I'm cultured when I'm here in New Mexico. Thank you. And it's just so cool because I go back home and I just have a bigger appreciation for society and humanity and life and walks of life and who we are as humans. And I'm so appreciative. It's awesome. I found out what time our performance was.
Yeah.
So on July 1st, we have our performance for Friday Night Live at 11:30 a.m.
11:30.
It will be a 30-minute performance. It will go until noon. Doors open technically at 11:20, 11:25, so people can hang out in the lobby of the Tota. And then they'll be let into the theater, and then we'll have the kids get ready, and then they'll do their sketch.
I love it.
So we're going to do a mixture of improv exercises to show the audience how we've been warming up and how we created these different characters. And then we'll do our different sketches. We're hoping to have about 3 to 4 different sketches.
Awesome.
And we're really looking forward to it with some original characters, some original scenarios, and also have audience participation. So whoever comes, just be ready to be on your toes. If you are willing to participate, and just know that they'll become a part of the show with extending that fourth wall. So it'll be cool.
Yeah. Reflecting the energy. Remember, that's what we're there for. So July 1st, 11:30, showtimes at 11. Done by noon.
Yes, sir.
That's so easy.
Isn't it nice?
It's so nice. And then you're already downtown, so you might as well go hit up Boone's or Chili Pod or any of the Three Rivers.
Parking
or
is free.
TJ's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Parking is free. Like, there's so much room.
I'm not hearing any reason that theater shouldn't be packed for these kids, right?
I know,
like,
exactly.
Zero excuses. It's only 200 seats.
Oh, yeah.
We can find 200 friends.
And we're going to have a lot of our cast from Greece there, too, who will be a part of it and watching and supporting.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. We're professionals. We come from all over.
Sure.
And we started in arts education, so we want to support arts education.
Yes.
So a lot of us will go to different class performances and just show the kids that we were once in their shoes and they can be in ours.
Yep. Absolutely. Millie, this was fantastic.
This was so fun.
I hope we kept people the whole hour and
Me
half
too.
that we're at.
I hope they like it.
I hope they do too.
They like us. They really
like us. If you enjoy this content, please follow along with us. Make sure that you are following our Facebook, Juniper PAF. Haley, what's the website?
It's juniperpaf.com.
juniperpaf.com. Make sure you're checking us out there. We'll follow our calendar on there for all performing arts information. Like I said, we are out there trying to pull information in. If you want to be on the podcast, or you have information that you would like us to share, either on our calendar or social media, whatever it is, or right here on this podcast, reach out to us. Our email address is info@juniperpaf.com. info@juniperpaf.com. Thank you so much for watching. Millie, do you have any last parting thoughts for the folks out there?
Thank you for listening, and thank you for putting butts in the seats.
Introducing Teen Improv and Sketch Classes. This class is for teens ages 13 to 18. Classes are June 22nd through July 1st, happening on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Classes will be held at the Tota Theater and the Farmington Civic Center. Registration is only $25. The final class on July 1st will be extended to feature a showcase performance for family and friends. To register, go to farmingtonnm.gov/register under programs and classes. Four Corners Musical Theater presents Grease, June 11th through July 12th at Lions Wilderness Amphitheater. Zia Chick's next concert will be in the Pavilion for Grease on opening night, June 11th, starting at 7 p.m. Caliente Community Choir presents Cul-de-sac Concert on July 21st on Echo Lane off Glade Drive. Theater Ensemble Arts presents Dracula, a comedy of terrors, on September 25th, 26th, and October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Thank you for listening. This has been a Juniper Performing Arts Foundation production. To contact us, please email info@juniperpaf.com. A special thank you to our sponsors, Unsicker Law and Industrial Data Management. If you would like to sponsor this podcast, please email us.